Okay, you didn't ask for this, but here it is. Anyway, ooh, I'm going to tell you a few things about me that any sane person would find weird. Okay, the first one is I like to lick clean terracotta pots. Yes, I do. I like the way it tastes. I like the texture. I like the way it feels when I peel my tongue off. I don't lick it like an ice cream cone. I just stick my tongue on there and absorb the smell and the taste and the texture, and then I quit. It's kind of like I like the way rain smells on cement. I guess it's that kind of thing. I don't know. It's just weird. My mom ate dirt when I was in utero, so, that's probably why. Okay, number 2. When I was 6 years old, and the family was in the car, and I was sitting on my dad's lap, I drove a car in downtown Nashville. And there were a lot of cars. I think it was lunch hour, but it could have been rush hour, but there were a whole lot of cars. 6 years old. What was my dad thinking? Okay, I'll think of some more weird things and be right back. Here's another weird thing about me. I don't like salt or salty foods. It just tastes terrible. Oh, here's another one, and here it is. I've had one of my original compositions played in public. It was in college, and it was a performance class, so but there were a lot of people there, so I consider that to be public. Okay, I'm going to think of some more. Okay, here's another one. I don't like mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, salad dressing, the kind you put on your salad like Caesar salad. None of that. Horseradish, well, now we're getting into an area that probably a lot of people don't like horseradish. Any kind of spread like that, if you're making a sandwich, no mayonnaise, no mustard, please. What I like instead is if you would smear an avocado all over the bread. Yeah, I would really like that. Okay, see you later. Here's another weird thing. My dad is a theologian and a minister, but he's a really good theologian. And so, because we have 3 ministers in the family, and we grew up in the Methodist Church, but they shielded a lot of stuff from us. However, that's not the point. The point is I like to discuss theology. I really like it. And one time in the 80s, when I was a nanny, well, the kids were in bed, and of course the parents were both at work. Some Jehovah's Witnesses climbed the hill and knocked on the door. And I also like to lead those religious people on, religious beggars, that's what I call them. Sorry. So I invited them in. Actually, it was only one lady, and I don't think they're supposed to do that. I don't think that's the Mormons. Anyway, I invited her in and let her tell me, what her church was all about. And then I started asking her questions. And because I thought they knew where everything was in the Bible. This is what I truly thought. And boy, was I naive. So I started asking her questions, and I noticed that she was getting a little flustered. So I offered her something to drink, and I said, why don't you come back next week and you can tell me more? So she did, and she was out to change my mind. And of course, I had no intention of leaving the Methodist Church, and I didn't tell her that. And so anyway, years later, in the late 90s, I guess, no, mid 90s, two Mormon men came to my door, and they weren't allowed to come in unless I gave them permission, but they had to wait until they came back the next week before they came in. And I accepted one of their Bibles and, listened to what their church was about and had little discussions with them, and I think they got the idea I was kind of interested, but I like to discuss theology, and I don't think they quite got that. But I don't know. Anyway, if anybody comes to my door, I like to have a discussion with them. And it's not because I'm trying to change their mind or, expose anything about their church. I just like talking to them. Okay, that's another weird thing about me. Okay, here's the kicker. And I've had this most of my life. I have music playing nonstop in my head unless I'm actually listening to music. And I can't turn it off. And it's not a gift. It's a kind of a hindrance because I can't turn it off. It's like if you have tinnitus or tinnitus, ringing in the ears, you cannot turn that off. You're not in charge there. So, but I can hear music in ordinary sounds. A lot of it's tempo, or I don't know, wind chimes or bus honking, just anything like that. I could turn it into a song. That's why I end up with so many little snatches of music, because I just write them all down. And I'm trying to put them together now in some way, and that's really hard. Because after you do that, you have to orchestrate it, and that's really hard. Well, anyway, so enough about the music. Here's a little bit of trivia. It's music trivia, and it's a useless piece of information. But anyway, here's the question. Okay, a piano. What class of instrument would you put that in? By that I mean brass, string, anything double reed like oboe or whatever. The wind instruments. What class would you put the piano in? Okay, thanks for playing. I hope you like my trivia question. Bye-bye.